Yes. Our next news story comes from Hertz. Filippo, you know about Hertz. Hertz is a rental car company. And
sometimes
they got this thing now where they're going to scan the cars for issues. So when you turn them back in, if you scraped it or dented it or whatever, they'll do a scan, as opposed to you sitting there in the sun at Nashville airport arguing with the Hertz attendant as to whether you did the damage or not to the Chevy Tahoe LS that you've rented. Okay. So now they're doing this. They said they've already got it at Hartsfield in Atlanta.
They're launching it at the Atlanta airport. I'm into it. So for nobody else will be, by the way. I think I'm going to be alone in this.
No, I think it could work okay.
One of two things has happened. If you rent from like a local place, the employee goes out there and like marks the car with you, and like that's fine. But then you're kind of relying on whatever like the person of that regional one in like small town North Carolina, and then the person in Massachusetts where you're driving,
the previous one,
agreeing.
Right. Yeah.
Alternatively, at like an airport or a large location, you just pick it up and drive away, and they've looked at the car beforehand. They'll look at the car when you come back, and you have no visibility into anything. And it's so dependent on each individual person who was trained for 30 minutes on like a webinar on how to do it.
Yeah.
I would kind of prefer that there's images from every single angle of the car and like an actual proof of this is what the car looked like before you picked it up. This is what the car looked like after you picked it up. It's better.
Agree. People think they're going to use this to screw you, and they could.
They will. To be clear,
they could. I mean, if it gets too obsessively detailed, then people will stop renting from them. So they have to be careful. But like, if they have full 360 pictures from before and after, it's going to be pretty clear what happened. Now, this is a good example of why you should do what I always do when I rent cars, which is buy the insurance. Buying rental car insurance is generally perceived among the populace to be a scam. However, when you have rental car insurance, that you can crash the rental car, and I do often. The feeling of having rental car insurance is so nice. The last time I crashed a rental car, which was the last car I rented, I ran into the thing and I was like, I don't really care. I'm good. And then I just moved on with my day. Filippo, do you agree with me?
No, I've literally never been in any kind of motor vehicle accident, nor do I intend to. But
I didn't. I want to be clear. I didn't hit a person or a vehicle. I ran into a cement.
So something that was there, not moving, quite visible. Yeah, okay, that's better.
I was trying to get into a tight parking spot, and I was like, you know what? I got to get tight, and I got tight. You know what I'm saying?
And now the next person that rents that vehicle won't be subject to the fines because they will know that you were responsible, and that's great.
Yes, exactly.
Now, I will say, part of this story was also that somebody got charged. Like there were like a little bit of some curbing on the wheel, and the AI machine also said it's going to cost this much and this much and this much to fix it, and they thought it was outrageous. But that's exactly what happens as is. It's somebody plugging it into a computer and reporting it out. Like, that's not new.
Yeah, that's exactly right.
I'm here for it.
And honestly, what happens as is, sometimes you get charged for stuff you didn't even do. So at least in this case, I mean, people get into you get into knockdown, drag out fights with people. $1,300, and that was already on there, and now you got some proof.
I will say, in the past, you could also game it by going to the employee that looked least engaged. But now you maybe can't, and that's unfortunate.
Kenan, and this may put a stop to Kenan and my favorite thing, which is when we need tires. Kenan, I mean, I don't know if we should reveal this, but when Kenan and I have shared a Ford Taurus for a while, and when we need tires, we go rent a Ford Taurus from Avis and then get new tires.
Hey man, maybe all of a sudden it looks like I have new tires. So
now the AI is going to detect that we did that. Oh no!
Damn.
And we have never siphoned fuel. We've never siphoned fuel.
Well, because you have to return it.
No, you prepay and then you take the fuel. You siphon fuel in the airport parking lot.
I will say the one thing that is notable is Hertz has been in the news a lot for stealing cars from their customers. There have been a bunch of news stories and legitimate legal issues where somebody has rented a car and then had it towed away, and Hertz says that they stole it. So it's a little questionable of how their systems work.
Okay. That's a drawback, by the way. That's a big drawback. If you rent a car, you want to have the car for the duration of your rental. You do not want the car to be taken from you mid-rental.
Yeah,
correct.
You have to hold the reservation. Anybody can just take them.
when I crashed that minivan in Italy, like I still wanted the van. Like I wasn't. Yeah. All right. Let's move on to the next story.
There are only a few objects in your life that are absolutely essential to your well-being just because of how much time you spend with them. For me, it really comes down to two: my beloved E39 M5 and my mattress. Believe it or not, I'm equally in love with both. That's why I'm genuinely thrilled to have Brooklyn Bedding as a sponsor. They let me pick one of their mattresses to take out on a test drive, and I went with the Aurora Lux cooling mattress with the cloud pillow top. I'm genuinely astonished. It's a total game changer. Before this, I was tossing and turning, waking up hot, sore, and honestly still tired. Now I wake up refreshed after a night of cool, tranquil sleep. It's wild, and I am definitely not turning back. Now, I'm a side sleeper, so I need something soft enough for my shoulder, but still firm enough to keep my back happy. This thing nailed it. No more lower back pain, no overheating. Emily's sleeping better too, dreaming of track days in her E90 M3 CRT, which is really saying something. Brooklyn Bedding has been doing this for over 25 years. Top tier comfort and quality without the ridiculous luxury price tag. Every mattress is custom made by master craftsmen at their facility in Arizona, and they ship for free anywhere in the US. Plus, you've got up to 120 nights to sleep on it, and if it's not for you, they will help you return it and swap it for something better. So if you don't hug your mattress every night like I do, it's time to upgrade. Go to brooklynbedding.com and use our promo code CARS at checkout to get 30% off site-wide. This offer is not available anywhere else. You have to use our promo code on the very last page of checkout to get this discount. That's brooklynbedding.com and use our promo code CARS for 30% off site-wide. brooklynbedding.com with the promo code CARS.